The Donut Mum has just hit a new level of disgusting after being exposed for physically assaulting her own children, and exposed by her own children no less. But believe it or not, by the end of this video, that might be the least of our worries. But before that though, last time I asked you to hype the video, for some reason it was like the one video on this channel where the hype button wasn't there since it got introduced. So to be honest, I have no idea how that feature works or what the rules are at all. Just shoot your hype all over my goddamn face. I want that hype dripping from my pores by the end of the day. If that's too much for you, for whatever reason, then you can totally just subscribe too. We're aiming for 300,000 by the end of the year. We are so tantalizingly close. We just need that one more big push to 300k. Appreciate you all, man. We'll get into the video now. We'll start with this interview that sparked the initial fury. This is the account here who held the interview, just to give credit to the original account. I'm not sure if they've done interviews before. I don't think they have. I think they're just sort of a T channel, if you will. And they have covered the Donut Mum before, so it made sense that they collaborated, if you want to call this a collaboration. But anyway, now to have a look at the actual interview clips. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Fuck me. I mean, this really isn't a good start. Why would you even show this, man? Like, if your house is this disgusting, why would you even show it? Like, do you not realize how embarrassing this is? Like, I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video would be so embarrassed if that was the state of their fucking bathtub when they have children in the house. Like, do they just not wash the bathtub? It's not... Can you not at least unplug it so the water goes down the drain? Like, I feel like you actively need to be trying for the bathtub to be that filthy.
Okay, it's looking kind of swampy, girl. I'm not gonna lie. When's the last time the water was taken out of there?
This was actually just last night. I just didn't dump it.
Literally, why? Why would you show it then? Surely dump it first and then show it.
Girl, I'm not gonna lie. When's the last time the water was taken out of there?
This was actually just last night. I just didn't dump it.
Okay. Can I ask why you didn't dump it, or did it just stress you out?
It's a great question, that. You know what? I don't know why I'm even here. I could just let the whole clip play out and all my questions will be answered.
It drains really slow.
Okay.
All the more reason to dump it the second the bath is done. If it drains slowly, just do it right after and you can just fucking leave it overnight or some shit and then clean the residue off in the morning with some bleach or something. Because it'll need it. If the water is that murky, it'll need it. Did you throw the rabbits in there as well? Is this the makeshift rabbit shit holder? Whatever they give the litter trays if it's a rabbit. What do rabbits have? I'm not sure. I had a lot of people comment in the last video being like, as someone who, like a lot of rabbit owners, I mean, comment on the last video, talk about like how they have rabbits and with the amount of, because this Alex the Donut Mum has like 6 rabbits. And from all the comments I got from rabbit owners, yeah, they're not like low maintenance animals at all. It's not like a fucking hamster, you know, or a fish or something. Like rabbits require a lot of hard work, a lot of cleaning. Cleaning that we know is not being done because in every one of her videos you can spot rabbit shit in the background. It's like a Stan Lee cameo in the Marvel movies with rabbit shit. It's everywhere, man.
I just sometimes don't the day of.
Okay. All right. See the Barbie. It looks like Barbie's having a good old time right there with Spider-Man. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mate, Barbie and Spider-Man are dead. They're dead. Like, if there was any life in those toys, if Toy Story was a real thing, they would be dead on impact of jumping into that fucking bathtub. If you gave all the toys at the end of Toy Story 3 the choice to either, like, actually get burnt in that incinerated garbage thing, or take a dip in that bathtub, they would have all chosen death by fire. That fucking bathtub is gonna end up being the antagonist for the new Toy Story 5 that was just announced the other day. It's a bit romantic though that Barbie and Spider-Man, they died together. So, you know, good for them in a way.
Okay. All right.
I clean the toilet pretty frequently. So.
Oh, well, you wouldn't know. You could have fooled me. Look at this lady's reaction as well, the interviewer, like, reacting to this. That is literally everyone's face. I feel like everyone's living vicariously through her right now. Me and her, one and the same, man. My hair's not quite as nice, but, you know, it's close enough. But again, like, why is the Donut Mum actually showing any of... It's not as though she's a CPS worker and that she's obligated to, like, show these parts of her home to her on, like, a Zoom meeting or something and for the sake of the children. It's like, this is just a fucking TikTok live. And you know your bathroom is in a fucking state right now. Like, you knew this interview was happening. Surely you would clean up a little bit before the interview. And maybe you might think that this is like she has cleaned up and it just still looks this bad, but that can't be true because surely you would at least drain the bathtub. Like that'd be like rule 1 of cleaning the toilet. The fact that it's not drained shows that there has like nothing has been done.
Do you ever clean the side, like right there where all that?
This side's harder to get to because it's like very narrow. So
Okay.
I cleaned that one about.
How big are your fucking arms? Like, you just need to kneel down and put your arm there and scrub a little bit with some fucking product and a wipe or a sponge and some kitchen. It probably requires a lot more than that now because you can't just sort of maintain it. You have to get in there with like some real deep fucking dangerous chemicals and that. But the narrowness of the side is not an excuse to not clean the toilet. Also, I don't know why the interviewer points out that the side is dirty. The whole thing is dirty. The whole room is dirty. The whole house is dirty. The whole neighborhood is probably fucking dirty.
Once a month, but I clean this side every time I clean the toilet.
So you clean the sides of the toilet once a month?
No, just this side.
Just that one side? Yeah, I definitely can tell it's once a month. Okay. All right. There's a ring around the toilet as well.
Yeah, because she loves Saturn. It's her favorite planet. My kids just love, you know, astronomy and the planets and space. So in commemoration of that, we put a wee ring around the toilet to remind them of Saturn. Fucking once. I clean the toilet pretty frequently. Yeah, you know, like once every month or so. It's like calling yourself a chef because you've got a hat and you cook a sausage every week.
Is your man like, is he like a bigger man? It's like he can't bend down and like maybe try to help you clean the grime, or he's just cool with it?
I don't even think he notices the side of the toilet, to be honest.
He knows. It's impossible not to know. He clearly doesn't give a fuck, but he knows. I know there's like certain people who are unable to see dirt in the same way that others are, but that only works to like a certain extent. Like my girl's a lot better at seeing dirty things than I am. That's not because I'm horrible at seeing when things need a clean. It's just because she is freakishly good at it. When it comes to like a toilet like that, there is not one person on the planet who would see it and go like, no issue at all, man. Seems perfectly serviceable to me. Like, if you went into a hotel and the toilet looked like that, you'd have some fucking complaints.
How do you deal with does the rabbit poop smell? Like, how do you deal with that while you're sleeping?
No, so the rabbit poop is just like regurgitated hay. So it's not like regular animal poop. You can look it up. It's just like dried hay.
So that's not a good thing either. You're only feeding your rabbits hay. Also, I think rabbits are like cats where the piss is the main problem in terms of smell. Like the shit is bad, but the piss is like, that's like the mega bad. That can't be right. Surely rabbits need more than just hay. Okay, so I've done some Googling real quick. I don't want to fucking take too long, but it seems as though it is possible for rabbits just to eat hay. But it's not like ideal. It's like a human being living on just potatoes and the occasional chicken wing. Like you are going to develop all types of fucking, you're going to be the first person in the century in the West who got scurvy. You're not going to be, you won't live a happy life. You'll be tired all the fucking time. It's going to be horrible. That is what happens when you feed a rabbit just hay, basically. They need some greens, they need some pellets, they need some shite, man. You know, just because it is possible for the rabbits to eat hay only doesn't mean that it's a good thing at all. That this is still a fucking horrible thing. If you only have the ability to feed your rabbits hay, then you shouldn't own rabbits.
Okay, can we get a fact check on that in the comments? So rabbit poop is just regurgitated hay. It's not like bad. It's not like real poop. Can we get a chat GPT on that? Okay, continue.
All right, that's my bed.
And do the bunnies come up there and sleep with you, or?
No, well, only one can jump on the bed. Hold on, bub. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go past. Oh, this is one of our biggest bunnies.
Oh, wow. That's
She's a
whole
Flemish
back
giant.
rabbit.
Her name is
That's
Remy.
a big old bunny.
Yeah, she's huge.
Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby girl.
I know you definitely should not be allowing rabbits to free roam the house as often as these people do, especially jumping on the bed and shit. Especially when they don't fucking monitor the poo or pee. I don't give a fuck if it's just regurgitated hay. What about the piss? It's not hay, it's not liquid hay. I mean, to be fair, I don't know why I'm acting like a shot. We all know the house is fucking stinking. One look at it and you can tell. With a bathtub like that, I feel as though the rabbit shit is like the least of our worries here.
If you're gonna sit here and call me a bad mother for being in a relationship with your father and you beat your own fucking kids, you have no goddamn room to talk. This is the fucking perfect time to address that shit.
No.
Apparently, that was a clip of the Donut Mum clapping back at Mama Drama member who called her a bad mum. You wouldn't fucking know it because it was so hectic and everyone was just chatting at the same time. So I genuinely can't even verify that shit. But I did hear something about beating children from, like, someone calling the Donut Mum a beater or whatever. And that is important because that is going to be the next topic of conversation in this video. One of her children exposed a little too much information on a live stream one day. And, well, let's just have a look at it, shall we?
Smack me in my face.
Don't even. Do not come up here and lie about that. That's not even funny. It's not a funny joke. You don't lie about stuff like that.
Nah, he said that as soon as the camera started rolling. Man, kids say the darndest thing. He really gonna say you slapped him in his face?
Yeah, that's my 6-year-old. She has a lying thing she's been doing recently. And she even admitted it was a joke.
Right. So you don't. I'll ask you that tomorrow on stage. We just make note of that, whoever's making notes for my questions tomorrow.
I cannot believe she just said that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe she said that either, girl. I was like, oh.
I have never smacked her in her face.
Never smacked her in her face. I like that she had to specify face there. Have you smacked her other places? Obviously, we don't know for sure. There's not a camera recording live all the time in that house that we have, like, unfiltered access to. I do know that kids tend to not lie about that sort of thing, though. Like, if there's one thing we know about kids, it's that they are brutally honest to a fault. Like, they will walk up to you, call you fucking ugly, fart in your face, and run away. And then come back, punch you in the dick, do a couple of press-ups, and then run away again. And then throw shit at you as they run away. Like, that's the sort of thing kids will do. I don't know if a 6-year-old kid has the wherewithal to be like, oh, mummy's streaming, let me ruin her career real quick by accusing her of physically assaulting me. Is it possible? Maybe, but I'll tell you what doesn't help is just how unlikable and nasty the donut mum appears to be in all her videos, and uncaring as well. Like, if it did come out that she was slapping the kids in the face, I don't think anyone would really be surprised, because she's someone who cares so little about her children that she regularly just feeds them donuts in the morning. Again, one thing if it's like once every fucking month, but it's regular. Like, donuts in the morning, sugar in the morning is not a healthy diet at all. When she has access to healthy foods, or at least, you know, the finances to purchase healthy foods. You've got 6 fucking rabbits, love. Speaking of which, someone who's so uncaring that they let 6 rabbits roam about the gaff, shit everywhere, piss everywhere. Like she herself said, yeah, it's fine if they shit everywhere. It doesn't smell, so what's the problem? Who cares that we have a bunch of tiny babies crawling around the house, constantly playing with things that are on the floor? Someone who's so uncaring that she doesn't even drain the fucking bathtub water after they have a bath. So yeah, it's not completely outside of the realm of possibility to imagine that she does slap her children every now and then.
Smack me in my face.
Don't even. Do not come up here and lie about that. That's not even funny. It's not a funny joke. You don't lie about stuff like that.
Nah, he said that as soon as the camera started.
Smack me in my face.
Don't even. Do not come up here and lie about that. That's not even funny. It's not a funny joke. You don't lie about stuff like that.
Nah, he said that as soon as the camera started rolling.
Okay, so he does say it's just a joke and then says sorry after she goes, oh, you don't lie about things like that. Again, I don't know, like it could be him clocking on to the fact that she's live. And that could be a sign that it is complete bollocks, or it could be a sign that he's genuinely that scared that he doesn't want to, I guess, continue that line of what he was going down, like in fear of what might happen to him when the cameras are off.
No, she said, what did you say? What did you say? You said mommy's the best cook, and what else? No, and you said something about me slapping you in the face. Why are you lying again? Yeah, you are. I know you lied. Don't tell people I smack you in the face. That's not even funny. What? You tell people that at school too?
So she sound like she's saying she tell people at school you slap her in the face.
What? You don't need to rub salt in the wound, Lassie. It's like, she said that already, and then you're like, oh, you heard that, right? And he's like, yes, she said it to me, and I repeated it. Like, imagine you go to the doctor, and you're with a friend of yours, and they're like, and the doctor goes, oh, I'm sorry to tell you, but your mum's passed away of cancer. And your friend goes like, oh, that's rough, mate. I think the doctors just said your mum's dead of cancer, just to be clear. It's like, oh, cheers, mate. Fucking, I really needed that.
Damn.
That's fucking wild, bro.
You done spent all that time making some tacos with chunk cheese just for your kid to like say in front of everybody you slap her. Ain't that crazy?
And I don't.
This lassie's taking the piss, man. She's taking the piss. I can't tell if she believes it or not. Part of me believes she's just being like a good interviewer and trying to like reel as much information out of the lassie as possible. But she's busting joke in the middle of the interview like that at the face of like this adversity. So I'm really not sure. I definitely know she doesn't like the donut mum even after the interview. So she's like posting all this shit and like laughing about it. Although the daughter says she was joking in this clip, she does double down in the clip I will upload next. Ooh. Remember, my actual interview is tonight. The live was mainly for me to see her home and her cooking, and the actual interview with some tough questions will be tonight. Interesting. Okay, well, let's have a look, shall we?
And now, literally everybody is probably like, has that screen recorded because they always see that with my 6-year-old. They always see that. My 6-year-old has said multiple lies while I'm on TikTok live that people screen record. So someone's gonna post that tonight.
You feel like she just liked to put on the show once the cameras started rolling. She like, oh, let me just put on a show. She just like to do that.
No, she always lies. She's 1 strike away from in-school suspension and school for lying to her teachers.
Oh wow. I'll ask a couple of questions before the interview tomorrow, since I was blindsided by this.
Interesting. I wonder if that's like also indicative, because again, if that's true and there is genuinely no, abuse going on or physical, attacks, I guess, for whatever reason they might be. I think she said in that initial clip, like, oh, mum said that I need to call her a good cook, otherwise she'll slap me in the face. She didn't end up repeating it, so I can't say for sure, but I think that's what was said. I don't know if a 6-year-old has the awareness to make a joke like that, but if this is true, that she is genuinely just a compulsive liar, lies about everything, she gets in trouble for school, in school for lying and stuff. It's like, is that maybe indicative of a potential parenting problem, that your kid lies that fucking much? I mean, I wouldn't want to be honest about, say, the household that I live in if I lived in this household, if I was that kid. It would frankly be rather embarrassing. There's no way she goes to school. Like, this is the thing I always hate with people like this, is their children are not having good lives. They go to school, they probably stink of shit because the house isn't being taken care of, they're not eating properly, they're probably tired all the time, they're not getting good quality sleep. Like, these little things, they all pile up, and it's fucking horrific, man. So yeah, no wonder the kid has some behavioral issues. It's not really the kid's fault. Like, she's 6 years old, man. You can't really blame her for any of this shit.
That she lies like for attention, or like she's just a natural born liar?
I think it's for attention. She does a lot of stuff for attention. Like, she'll hit her sister just so I'll get mad at her. Like, if I'm busy doing something, like if I'm editing or something like that, she'll hit her sister or push her over just so I get mad.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that the donut mum doesn't give her children that much attention or needed attention. You feed her donuts every morning, you don't clean the toilet, you don't clean the bathtub, you don't even pick up the shit. There's no way you're giving your children all the attention that they need. And I said this in my last video, by the way, I'm completely aware that, like, it's hard to cook breakfast every day for your children. Cook, like, 3 meals a day for however many children you might have. It's tough, especially if you're a lower income family who has to work a lot of jobs, a lot of hours, for example. It's tough. Like, it's almost impossible for a lot of people, especially if it's like a broken household or a single like parent household, or just, a less than ideal household. I get it, but there are absolutely better alternatives to donuts in the morning. I won't go too in depth because I talked about that at length last video, but I just wanted to make that clear off the bat. I'm not like trying to rag on lower income families or be ignorant of the fact that they exist. You know what I mean?
Any attention is better than no attention.
Right.
And I give them all equal attention, but she, for some reason, doesn't get enough. Her therapist described it as her cup has like a hole in the bottom and you can never fill her cup. That's how her therapist described it.
And has her therapist ever like said that she says in therapy that you hit her?
No. Her therapist does play therapy. So it's always like I'm always in the same room, but she like has told me that she knows. I've told her the stuff about TikTok that goes around. Like, people think I'm abusive. People think that I'm this horrible mom. And they've said multiple times that they would have been able to tell if I was abusive by now, because they come here every week.
So your daughter's therapist comes to the house every week, and they don't say nothing about the way the house looks when they go?
Yeah, but they're probably used to it by now. Maybe the first couple times they're a bit in shock, but they're like, we're gonna keep it professional. We're not gonna call your house a fucking shithole swamp. After like the 50th time, they just sat there like, alright, time to fucking enter the swamp again. That's also one thing that I'm confused about. She says that all of her children have therapists. Is that free over in America? I thought healthcare was like notoriously crazy expensive over there. And it's like, yeah, so in the UK where we have the NHS and that, there is like free therapy options for people under the age of 18, but it's notoriously very slow and very very bad. It's called CAMS. You gotta be on the waiting list for like, you know, half a year if you're lucky, and then like the actual quality of the therapy is ass because it's free, which, you know, you have to have some sympathy for the people trying to work that job. But it's not, you know, it's not a great service. I'm not too educated on how it is over in America for young children. If she is paying for that therapy though, it gotta be a pretty penny. Like, you can definitely afford to take care of your children a bit better, afford better meals, afford to clean the house a bit more, afford better rabbit care. If it is free, I wonder what the quality of therapy is like though. Like, to just say something like, oh, there's an empty hole in the cup so it can't be filled, it's not a very productive thing. There's like, what's the solution? Is there no solution? Like, she'll just never have enough attention. Surely that's followed up with, now we're going to find a way to add a bottom to the cup, or make like a makeshift bottom with some duct tape or something. I don't know. I sort of question everything this lady says. It's not very reliable.
Okay.
They've commented. They've said that it's a little messy, but they're mandated reporters. So they've said, like I've said, how people think CPS should be at my house. And they've said that if they saw a CPS-worthy problem, they would have called them.
Right. Exactly. I can see you got real red when that happened. Oof, girl, I can feel your anxiety over here.
What, with the hitting thing?
Yeah, because she said it really clear. I was shocked.
Right, and that's the thing, is everybody believes what she says. So, like, there's rumors about me that are not true that go around because my 6-year-old said it. And she even said it was a joke. You heard her say it was just a joke. But they're going to take that out of the clip.
Welcome to social media. What's the worst rumor that...
Just because CPS isn't being called, just to be clear, that doesn't make your house serviceable or, like, efficient for, you know, for taking care of children. I think CPS are only called if, like, the child is in, like, imminent danger or, like, a threat of, like, physical harm, for example. Like, it needs to be really extreme for CPS to actually get involved. And then when they do get involved, it, like, rarely fucking goes anywhere because the system over there, as it is in many places, is in fucking shambles. And there's a very overcrowded foster care system as well, so there needs to be, like, a really insanely, like, good reason to take children away from their parents. And from everything I've seen, the donut mum does not even come close to fitting that criteria. There is a lot of, like, bullshit in these comments, though, to be honest. Like, as much as I'm not completely sure the kid was lying or not, like, I would probably wager towards there is some sort of slapping. I don't think she's beating the children or anything, but, like, a couple slaps or whatever, I can definitely believe that the kid wasn't lying about that, or it was coming from a place of truth. But some of these comments are taking the piss. Like, social worker here, kids don't lie. You're a fucking horrible social worker. Kids lie all the fucking time. A kid will come out of the toilet after leaving a big stinky shit in there, and you'll ask the kid, oh, did you flush the toilet? And they'll go, yeah, I did, because they're shit scared of you going into it and seeing it's not been flushed. Even if they know for a fact you will go into the toilet 10 seconds later and know they were lying. A kid will go to school and lie to their teacher about having done the homework, despite knowing that the teacher is checking in 5 minutes and will find out that they haven't done it. Kids lie all the time. It is completely possible that this kid was lying. I think it's very irresponsible to assert 100% whether or not they were lying or not. If you want to lean towards one way or wager, that's totally fine, or like make a guess, that's fine, but to assert it like you know something for a fact here, I think is irresponsible. She was quick to get mad over that. If she didn't harm her child, then she shouldn't be so worried about it. My God, you're just so you're so dumb. You're so dumb. She's the donut mum. She's on TikTok in front of hundreds of thousands. She knows how the fucking internet works. Even if it was a lie, she has every reason to be afraid that the child just said that, because there are idiots online who say shit like, kids never lie. I don't know. I hate to defend people like this because I really fucking don't like the donut mum. I think she is a bad person and a bad mum. Bad is a fucking understatement, by the way. Like, I do not like this person in the slightest, but when shit like that is being said, you sort of have to, you know, jump to the defense a little bit because it's fucking stupid. Like, just because someone is very hateable and we don't like them, it doesn't give you an excuse to make shit up and over-dramatize things. That just makes things worse. That makes the legitimate criticisms that we have for people like this that much harder to actually follow, in my opinion. But just to be clear, like, I have to make this clear now because I've been on the defense for a bit. I do think that the child was telling the truth somewhat. That doesn't mean I'm gonna assert it, though. Like, if I was, I'd be that twat in the jury that's like, look, I think it's true. I just don't have enough fucking evidence for it. Like, maybe if she had shown aspects of her parenting that were good before this moment, or like at any point, in fact, I'd be more inclined to think that the kid was joking. But because she has like only, like exclusively shown fucking horrid parenting practices, yeah, it's not like the most outlandish thing in the world to believe the kid.
That she didn't have an air condition?
Yeah.
Oh, that's for the interview tomorrow. Actually, people told me about that. And she said it on TikTok because that is that's a big topic.
Yeah, I was on live going through products, and she came out and she said she wanted to sleep in the living room because her room was too hot and she couldn't sleep in her room. But we have central air conditioning.
Okay.
Yeah, you broke your window.
Is that the little girl again?
Yeah.
So she's saying that she broke her window?
Yeah, she broke her window that day and came out and told me she broke it while I was on live.
She's 6 years old, man. If the kid's cold, if the kid's too hot, you gotta do something about that shit, man. Like, if you're on live and your kid goes into your, like, room and says, I'm really hot, I can't sleep, you need to help your kid. You can't just fucking be like, that's your problem, though. Not really my issue. It's not like you're my 5-year-old child or anything. But the fact that she is shit scared, she's just been scolded by her mum on this live, and she still has the cojones to, like, chat up and talk to her like that, even though she knows what she's getting when the fucking live is over. A stern talking to, at the very least. Which, you know, no 5-year-old or 6-year-old likes. But she still needs to defend herself there, because she absolutely was too hot to sleep. It'd be a lot harder to believe she'd lie about something like that. Yeah, to use the excuse of, like, yeah, well, she's too hot to sleep, that's her fucking problem. She broke the window, she can deal with it. She's made her bed, so she can literally lie in it. It's like, nah, man, she's a kid, she has school, you're already not feeding her properly, she's already not getting good quality sleep, so if the temperature's too fucking warm, do something about it. Give her your room, you know, you're her fucking mother. You should be able to make these tiny sacrifices for your kid, man.
So then people started using that against you.
Unfortunately.
Oh, wow. Well, anything else you want to, because you know people are about to clip that. Anything you want to clarify so that, like, about what just happened?
I don't hate my daughter.
Yeah.
I know that. Excuse me? If you don't stop telling people that.
Did she just say, yes, you do? When
Yeah.
Like, geesh, Jesus.
It's really not a good look at all, is it? Especially after she's just been told, like, don't lie, she's been scolded all that fucking time, and now she's mouthing up, she's being mouthy again, saying that she gets hit, that she's, like, hated by the mum or whatever. But who can blame her? Like, if my mum said to me, after I complained about being too hot to sleep, it's your problem, you broke the window, fuck off back to your bedroom, I'm on TikTok live right now, I'm too busy to take care of you. And then after your sleepless night, you can have a couple of sugar donuts, then head off to school where you have to learn and focus for 7 hours straight. Yeah, I probably wouldn't feel all too loved. I would feel hated. If you don't hate your daughter, you've got a fucking horrid way of showing it, lass. Like, no sleep, no nutrients, shit on the floor, fucking filthy home, most likely some physical altercations there, even if it's like at a lower level. Just does not sound like a good household to be a child in my opinion. And there is more evidence that she does, you know, hit her children that comes later in the video. Like, this isn't all of it.
That is not funny, Brooklyn. Do you understand the repercussions that has on me?
No.
That is not something to joke about.
I'm not joking this time.
You're not joking this time.
Nah.
I hit you.
And she's not joking.
I hit you, right?
Feel it.
Right. Because you're lying again.
I'll tell you what, the interviewer did the right thing there. She started talking, but if I was her, I would have just stayed deadly silent. Because for me, if you're interviewing someone and they're going off on, like, something that looks really bad on themselves, do not stop them. Let them fucking talk themselves into this corner and completely fuck themselves. Like, don't throw the rope and save them. Anyway, here's an interesting thing. Donut Mom admits to spanking her child with a very topical pink frosted donut over there. Looks lovely. I fucking love them. I love donuts. They're great, man. Maybe not every day for breakfast, but on occasion. I'm actually one of them freaks that can't handle a whole donut. Like, whenever I'm with people and I order something sweet, I'll always half it and give it to them. We can share it. It's lovely. It's efficient as well, money efficient. Health efficient as well. It's just the best way to do things, man. But anyway, spanking her child. So obviously, that's not like a slap in the face or whatever, but she did interestingly say, like, in those videos, oh, it's not true that I slapped my kid in the face. And the fact that she clarified in the face there makes these, like, spanking allegations or whatever a lot more believable in my opinion. But you know what? We've not actually watched the video yet, so we should probably do that first.
I personally, I believe your daughter. I believe her when she said that you slapped her. And then the second time when she said you do slap me. And so my question to you, you're not the first person who's ever came on my stage, and I've had a discussion about people putting their hands on their kids. In fact, I had a woman come on stage before, and it's actually on the Patreon. It was a spanking debate and hitting kids debate, and she's like, well, what am I supposed to do? And she said she does hit her kids. And I explained, okay, well, what's the problem? What's happening when you're deciding to put your hands on your kids? And she says, well, this is happening. And so I directed her, okay, well, you could do this differently. So my question to you, right, is, are you going to sit on this stage and tell me again that your daughter was lying in the live last night?
Yes, I am. I have never hit her in her face.
See, she does it again with the in the face thing. It's like, okay, now we definitely know what you're doing now.
Yes, I am. I have never hit her in her face.
Have you hit her at all?
I have popped her hand. I have popped her butt. I have never hit her in her face.
So you've given her a spanking and you have hit her hand.
Yes.
Okay. And what led you to giving her a spanking?
The only time I have ever popped her hand, or oh, you mean like a spanking on the butt?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, yes.
I don't remember. That was when she was like 3.
That does not make it better. 3 years old and you're spanking your kid. Why? Now, look, for me, without getting personal, obviously, I mean, you could probably imagine, you know, black, brown kid, immigrant parents are sort of punishments that I was subject to as a child. But in the interest of my parents watching this video, I will not go into specific detail. I love my parents, by the way, they're great. But I would say, like, I don't agree with spank. This is something that's, like, changed over the years. And I feel as though because I have experienced punishments like similar to, again, I've experienced punishments that are, like, in this sort of realm of like this topic, right? And I feel like because I have had experience like on the other end of those punishments as a kid, as I grew older and I was closer to that age of like having stuff like that done to me, I sort of thought it was okay, like it was the right thing to do. It is a option to treat someone who is misbehaving, a child who's misbehaving, your child who's misbehaving. As I've gotten older, more educated, read up a bit more, you know, talked to more people, I now think that it is not acceptable at all. I think if you're raising a child, you should be using like the minimal amount of physical force necessary. That's not to say no physical force ever. Like if your child is running into like imminent danger, you need to pull her back and do some shit, right? If your child's putting her hand over like a hot stove, you need to fucking slap her hand away from the stove, right? There is some cases where physical force is necessary. Never a beating though, and never like a pre-planned, oh, you've done something bad, get in position for me to hit you very quickly in like a pre-planned thing that I am like, you know, that I'm like setting up, if that makes sense. Spanking being one of those things, by the way, whether it be with your hand or a spoon or a belt, because all that does is like, it allows your kid to grow up like I did, thinking punishments like that are okay. It leads to more violent people. Like that shit really does affect people. It'll make them more violent when they're older. If they have kids, they're more likely to hit their kids. Because what you've done is instill within them the idea that like, oh, physical punishments like this, hitting your child is okay if they misbehave. So yeah, I definitely don't agree with that at all.
I've only ever gave her a pop or a spanking for hitting, biting, something physical. Something that I don't feel timeout will fix.
Okay.
I tried to stop and do the gentle parenting thing, and then everybody told me that I was letting her walk all over me.
Yeah, good idea. Let TikTok comments dictate your parenting style. If a TikTok comment tells you to beat your kid, then I guess it needs to be done, eh?
So what do you consider, what's your version of gentle parenting? What do you consider that to be?
Timeout, taking things away. I stopped popping them completely. In fact, my 3-year-old has been popped maybe once. On her hand. I've never popped her butt. I don't pop for just everything. I only do it for physical things. But
If she hits her,
I don't understand. You say gentle parenting for 2 years, right? So no popping, as she calls it, for 2 years. Which isn't popping like slang for shooting someone in America. Just say hitting. Are you trying to like soften the word hitting? But look, either way, If you were gentle parenting for 2 years, but you spanked a 3-year-old, and now that person is 6 years old, and you're still spanking them, or popping them in the hand, or whatever the fuck you're saying, right? It's like, where exactly was the 2 years of gentle parenting? Because they're complaining about being hit now. Also, just because they were doing something physical, or like biting or anything like that, that doesn't mean you do something physical in return. If a dog bites you, you don't bite them back. Same way if a kid bites you, you need to be a responsible enough parent to find other ways to prevent that from happening in the future. Like, make them really understand why what they did is wrong, why it hurts your feelings or whatever. Like, communication is the root of all fucking problems, is bad communication. Sort it out another way. Don't use physical violence. Not by the mum, though. Like, if they're having a physical fight, that's fine. That's what sisters and brothers do when they're kids. But you don't step in like the fucking football coach who jumps in, like, helps a losing team to, like, just beat the shit out of the one who starts the fight. You step in, you break that shit up, and you punish whoever the fuck started it. And when I say punish, I don't mean physically punish them. There are so many options.
Do you honestly think that you can teach a child not to hit someone by hitting them?
Nah, it's a great question. You can't. Like, all that does is encourage that sort of behavior. In most cases. I'm sure that there are some cases where some kids are genuinely, like, so scared of being hit that they won't be violent or whatever. But that's not because they don't want to be violent. It's because they're suppressing their violent urges for the wrong reason, in my opinion. So as soon as they're not met with the threat of violence from the parent anymore, they can sort of just let that shit out.
So you acknowledge that that's not a valid way to teach her to stop hitting people. Now, when she hits her siblings, what is she telling you as to why she hit them?
Because they took something from her. Or
Okay.
she's mad at them.
Okay. And so then your response is, okay, how do you like it when I hit you too?
I guess showing her, I don't know.
Because what you could have tried is, if you're not going to be nice to your siblings, I'm going to separate you from them, and you're going to play over here in this corner by yourself until you can play appropriately with your siblings, right? So instead of hitting her, you could redirect her somewhere else and say, hey, if you're going to put your hands on your siblings, you're going to have to, play by yourself with your toys until you can appropriately play with your siblings, because that is not nice that you put your hands on your siblings.
Does that not sound like just so much nicer and like better for the kid even, like growing up? But there's no world where hitting your kid is like a better alternative to what Mama Drama's just explained there.
So in the future, when stuff like that happens, right, you separate her from the situation in which she's acting out, and you redirect her to something else that gets her attention. But you're never going to teach a child to stop hitting another child or anybody by hitting them.
Like, she was fucking 3 years. I feel like we're forgetting she was 3 years old. A 3-year-old should not be getting hit under any circumstance. 3 years old, man.
Let me just say this for the people crying, oh, it's so messed up we couldn't get it for free on TikTok. The majority of this interview would have got me flagged on TikTok, and you're gonna see right now why. Okay, so Taylor is your current boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay. So what is this situation with outside of some door?
So me, James, and Dana were in the bedroom one night, and
Okay, James and Dana. Okay, Taylor is the one who you're with now, who was in front of the door.
Oh yeah, I fucking forgot about that. I think we covered this like slightly in the last video, where the donut mum's boyfriend was like having a wank basically outside of the door where the children sleep. I won't go too in depth. It seems as though they're about to do that for me, so I'll let this clip play out, shall I? I'm getting fucking tired, so I'm done working. I'll just let them have a chat.
Dana and the other dude, that was the throuple people, correct?
oh yeah, I didn't mean to say their name. Oops, sorry.
Okay,
if you
we don't got last name. It's not that deep. So you're in the room with the throuples, and Taylor's outside the door.
Yes, we didn't know he was outside the door, until we went. My ex went to step outside of the door and stepped in a pile of jizz.
Oh my god, I didn't know it was that fucking... He didn't even clean up. That must have fucking stunk. Even like the house is stinking already. Maybe it didn't even change anything because the house smells that fucking bad already. Next to all the rabbit piss, it might have just been a normal day. I don't know why that even caught her attention. Like, there's so much shit on the floor anyways. That's like just a normal part. It'd be weirder if it wasn't on the floor. It would genuinely be weirder for that family if he cleaned up after himself. It is more normal, it is more predictable that he left it there. So I don't even know why I'm shocked.
All right, y'all, that's just one part. I'm going to continue to upload clips that are TikTok safe that I can upload because, again, this was a 4-hour interview. A lot was said. A lot happened. A lot of receipts were dropped. A lot of pictures were dropped. It was insane.
Just absolute insanity. Once again, does not paint a pretty picture of this household at all. There is nothing good about it. Nothing. I can't think of one thing that is over like a 5 out of 10 in that house. I've gone over all the misdeeds and horrible shit, guys. I'm not gonna do it again, like the long list, but I mean, I'd wager for you guys to come up with something good there. Something where you're like, ooh, you know, I would have been happy having that as a child. I would have been happy around, like, this aspect of the environment as a kid. I guess there's rabbits. If you like rabbits, that's good. But ideally, you'd have rabbits that were, you know, well taken care of. That's her current boyfriend that she's talking about in that clip, by the way. Like, she went outside of the door with her ex. And they were I think they were part of a throuple. And the current boyfriend is this fucking wanker. And the ex is the one who wasn't wanking outside the children's fucking bedroom. Great priorities from the donut mom. All I'm gonna say is, if the donut mom or anyone in her family offers you a cream-filled donut, I personally wouldn't take it. Anyway, here's where we get some allegations that are, like, even worse than the hitting allegations. Like, this is what I meant at the intro, and I was like, that might be the least of our worries here.
In my interview with Donut Mom, she addresses CPS cases that her current boyfriend had put against her when they were separated. Here's the clip.
Actually publicly said that he accused me of this. He accused me of assaulting my daughter.
Girl, this man accused you of assaulting your daughter to be petty and you are with him now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you really need therapy very bad. So what exactly did he say to them?
That our then 3-year-old went to his house for a visit and made a motion with his fingers and said that I did that to Brooklyn, like opening her. And he also said that she had a cigarette burn on her ankle. She had, on the back of her ankle, she had a, what's it called? When you get a new pair of shoes?
Yeah.
And they rub up, she had that because I had bought her a new pair of shoes and he said it was a cigarette burn.
Okay. How the can you forgive someone for accusing you of, like, what goes through your mind after that? Like, I need to know when this happened, what was going through your mind, and how do you get to the level of forgiving him to be with him again? Because that's such a serious accusation.
He apologized.
Girl, he said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that was it? That's all it took?
I mean, yeah.
You guys are back together. And what came of those allegations with CPS? Like, what ended up happening?
They tested her.
A 3-year-old, man. CPS tested a 3-year-old for rape. At the hands of her fucking parents, no less. And that man's responsible for it all, and despite that, you've stayed with him. So he's had a wank outside of your children's door, and you wouldn't have known if you hadn't stepped on his jizz, so the children easily could have seen that shit, been crawling around the fucking floor and seen it, or potentially done something worse than just seeing it. And that same man has accused you of doing the worst possible thing you ever possibly could be doing to your kid, and he's done that. He's accused you of that, and not just accused you of it, but like in great specific detail as well. And that has led to your 3-year-old daughter needing to do something, was it like a rape kit or something like that? Like, how are they going to test that shit in a way that isn't grossly invasive? And despite all that, you're still with him. This is the man you want to be the father of your children.
They asked my son if I had ever done anything to his sister. He said no. They found absolutely zero proof that I had ever done anything like that because I never have and never would. And I actually didn't forgive him for a long time. I wouldn't even talk to him unless it was about the kids. because I said you should know better than that to ever accuse me of something. And for a while there, I actually thought maybe he was doing something because, you know, if you accuse someone of something, most of the time you're doing it.
How could you think that he's doing something like that to your children and still fucking be with him? Like, this is insane to me.
They tested her, so obviously she had never been from either side, so.
Okay. I need to know, like, is this something that she has just brought up for no reason, or is this, like, was this public information before this point? Because I've never heard of this, and I feel like I would have known about this if it was public before. So, if all of that is true, and, like, I mean, I believe that she was accused of it, at least, by this bloke, and she's staying with him for whatever reason, like, you wouldn't just make something like that up. I mean, who fucking knows at this point? But, like, if this is not something that we knew and wasn't public, why the fuck would she make something like that public? I'm gonna rewatch the beginning to see.
Never actually publicly said that he accused me of this. He accused me of assaulting my daughter.
Okay, so he did publicly accuse her of it, but if they're still together and he apologized for it and that was public as well, I feel like if you're questioned about this, you go, you know what, it was a rough time and I'd rather not talk about it. You know, I don't really want to talk about my children's parents potentially having sexually assaulted them. Surprisingly enough. Especially if it's not something that happened. Like, you don't just talk about shit like this willy-nilly. Fuck me, man. There's just so many things wrong with this.
At Mom's interview the other day that has just really stuck out is the fact that she stated that this man, her boyfriend, accused her of essaying her daughter and took it to authorities, like was like serious, okay, serious allegations. And later on, she says in the interview that, you know, why would he go this far? Why would he lie about it? And then it made me believe that he was actually the one doing it. But our daughter, which I believe it's their daughter, if anybody knows if the boyfriend is the father of all of these kids, please let me know. But she says, but then they took the daughter to have a kit done, basically, like to be looked at. And she's like, so I guess it wasn't happening on both ends. Huh? Let's start with number one. Why did you take this guy back? Like, that's actually so sick. If he is making something like that up, his phone, his computer, his hard drive needs to be checked.
To be honest, like, these people look as though if Reddit were a fucking couple. I mean, just look at this caption. Just reading out loud, it shows how insane this all is. Donut Mum BF accused her of SA and she took him back because he said sorry. I've seen YouTubers apologize for menial things that don't get half this much forgiveness. I've apologized on occasion for really menial things and not been forgiven by some people. And you know what? That's their prerogative. It's not as though I fucking, like, hold it against them by any means. The fact that someone can do something this, like, obviously disgusting and be forgiven, and not just forgiven, but, like, taken back and, like, taken, like, as the father of the kid still, baffles me. Like, I can't tell if I'm confused or disgusted or both or which is more, or like, it's just so bad. It's just so bad, man.
Who the flying fuck comes up with a story like that about your child? Weird. And then in addition, she says, oh, well, she got checked, so I guess it wasn't happening on both ends. Huh? You should know it's not. But the fact that she called him out was like, it made me think that he might be doing it because, you know, like when people accuse you of something, it's usually because they're the ones doing it. Just extremely unsettling. And in addition, something that I was really disturbed by was obviously the daughter accusing her of
her boyfriend accused her of SAing their own daughter, but she's saying that she suspected him of SAing their own daughter. It is seriously giving that y'all are telling on each other. And all of a sudden today, she's posting their little family at the pumpkin patch. Trying to redeem yourself by taking your children to a pumpkin patch after you just told the internet that y'all are literally saying your daughter is pretty weird.
That's not what that isn't what she said. Okay, I'm not watching this TikTok because this is like hyperbolic, dramatized bullshit like I was saying. You can't just throw allegations like that around. The video exists, people can see it. That is not what she said at all. Like, not even close, by the way. It was still concerning. The thing is, what she said was concerning enough. We don't need to lie about it to make it more, like, dramatic or anything. All you do there is completely fuck your credibility up. I fucking hate when people do shit like that, man. It's disgusting. Like, these are kids we're talking about, man. You can't make stuff like that up.
Donut Mom and her man is arguing over who essayed their daughter. The weirdest argument I've ever seen in my life. According to Alex, her man is accusing her of doing stuff to her daughter. And then her defense to that was that he did stuff.
Yeah, it's a very strange argument for two parents to be had. Like, usually parents argue over what color to paint the walls, or what city they want to move to, or how they distribute their finances, or the joint bank account compared to their personal. Not this. Not this. But yeah, from everything I can see, there was no public knowledge that this was an accusation being thrown around until now. It's the fact that she even brought it up. It confused me even more, because no one would have known about these allegations if you hadn't brought them up. It's like, are you trying to fuck your, like as in fuck over your boyfriend out of like a weird sort of pent-up hatred for him for making those accusations? I don't even want to bring this up because of how much it pisses me off, but are you lying about this ever having even happened? Like, these accusations ever existing to stir some drama up? Like, why would you bring them up? Why do you feel as though the public needs to know about these allegations, especially if they're not true? It's so, like, private and intimate and not our business. Like, those kids are gonna fucking grow up knowing that their parents have said shit like that about them. About each other, about their own parents. There was some other stuff I wanted to talk about, like how she's doing like custom videos or whatever, but to be honest, I feel as though there's no good place to take this video after that. So honestly, I think it'd probably be best just to end the video here. I guess maybe to lighten the mood a little bit, can you see those new crochet figures that I got the other day? I fucking love them. Can you tell what they are just from like the blurred high aperture outline of them that I'm pointing at? If you can tell, big ups to you. We'll probably be best mates. If you can't, I'll get one real quick, because I genuinely love these. I was so gassed when I seen them at the bars. It's the same two people that crocheted like all the those Pokemon. I don't know why I'm pointing with that. Those Pokemon back there that I shouted out in a video a couple videos back. I got one here. It's the pea shooter from Plants vs Zombies. I fucking love. Honestly, these games are like the perfect games. When I say that, I mean like the first one. Everything after that has been pretty bad. No. The first-person shooters were good. So, like, Garden Warfare 1 and 2, they were fucking class. Everything else, shit. They re-released the Plants vs. Zombies game on, like, a bunch of consoles recently. They called it, like, Replants or something. It's ass. It's so sad what fucking EA's done to, like, the property. Genuinely, it makes me really sad. These figures are cool. They make me happy. I've got the pea shooter here, got the sunflower, got the chili, the mind bomb, the chomper, the ice pea shooter, another chili, and then the sweet corn. What's that one? There's cherry. Cherry and then chili? Whatever, man, this is fucking ridiculous. I'll put this back and I'll end the video properly. The good thing about ending the videos like that is that at the end of the video, you've already clicked off anyway. So, like, I've got your watch time. There's no point doing, like, retention shit anymore. But, with all that being said, if you are at this point in the vid, you might as well subscribe. But there's no way you're sitting through all that and not subscribing to the channel. If you are, I'm honestly a bit fucking scared. Like, that's really creepy, mate. So, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll catch you on the next one, hopefully. Bye.